Welcome back to the second video in the dispute series, Dispute a Credit Report. And this time we're going to talk about the secret way of dealing with and trying to get inaccurate late payments off of your credit report. Now the key word here is inaccurate late payments. Now that's the key. That is the key here because we want to focus on factual disputing to remove inaccurate late payments. Now I want you to stay through this video because I have some dispute letters I want to show you that's proven to be effective at removing inaccurate late payments. Now what do I mean by inaccurate? I mean there are some problems with the late payment that makes them inaccurate. They're not accurate because technically you cannot dispute accurate information, and you should not. You should only use factual information to remove any inaccurate information off of a credit report. All right, are you ready? Let's go. So let's look at the first thing. So your first dispute, whenever you are trying to dispute a inaccurate late payment, we first have to look at the data, the factual data on the credit report itself. Now, if you watched the charge-off video, I spent a lot of time talking about how to pinpoint problems inside of a credit report so you don't have to use lame dispute reasons like it's not mine or I was never late, when in fact you were late. So we got to own up to our responsibility, and we have to look at the credit report for the way it is. So as you can see right here, we're going to look at the late payment section, and as you can see, you have TransUnion right here, 60 days, 60 days, 30, okay, 30, okay. You have Experian 120, 90, 90, 60, 60, 30, okay. Then you have Equifax 90, 60, 60. So I want to ask you a question. Can you tell me what is wrong with this late payment history? Now, you can type below, anywhere below in the comment section of this video. Tell me what's wrong with this late payment history. Now remember, the Fair Credit Reporting Act states that any information that's reported to the credit bureaus, any information that's on the credit report has to be 100% accurate. So then what's wrong with this payment history? Well, I'm going to tell you right now. So let's take a look at it. If this creditor, Capital One, is reporting to all three credit bureaus, which you can see right here, then why is the payment history all messed up? Now, if this customer was late 120 days on Experian, well, why is it not showing on TransUnion? Or why is it not showing on Equifax? See, something is wrong with the picture here. If this person was 90 days late, well, why is it only showing on these two and not showing on TransUnion? So my argument would be, hey, Experian, I don't understand where you're getting this 120 days late from when it's not showing on TransUnion or Equifax. You see? So there's a problem there. Now, also, if you look at the date last active, let's take a look at the dates. 2/13/2017, 03/01, and 11/01/2016. What is going on here? How is it possible that the date last active is 3 different dates? So I personally will do factual disputing and dispute this account based off inconsistencies of the credit report. Now let's go ahead and take a look at another one. This will be my second dispute round based on facts. If, for example, I sent a dispute round off to the credit bureau and they came back verified, I would send a second dispute round based off of facts, and here's what I would say. Let's look at the payment status. It says late 90 days here at TransUnion, Experian 120 days late, and then Equifax 120 days late. Again, inconsistent across all three bureaus. That is the argument. It cannot be inconsistent like that. Okay, this data is inaccurate. All right, last report. Look at this: 2/13/2017, 3/13/2017, and then 3/1/2017. What is going on here, Credit Bureau? You cannot report information that's inaccurate. This information is clearly inaccurate. All right, it's clearly inaccurate, and here's the reason why. All right, because the date of last reported is all wrong and inconsistent. You see, you don't have to dispute based on I was never late or it's not my account, because as you can see clearly, the data inside of this particular Capital One account is not reporting correctly. This is what we call factual disputing. All right, so let's take a look at another area of this. So now let's take a look at this simple dispute letter. Now, a lot of people are getting this confused. They think that when you first send a dispute letter out to the credit bureau that you have to threaten the credit bureau. You got to tell the credit bureau that you're going to sue them. You have to use all of this language. Now let me ask you a question. Does the average consumer talk like that? No. The average consumer is going to see something wrong with their credit report, and they're going to be straightforward with the credit bureau because they're not educated. They're not out there researching all these different tactics to dispute with the credit bureau. So why would you do that? You see, the credit bureaus are smart. They know. They know. Just be straight to the point and very simple. Check this out. Hey, credit bureau, I noticed that there is an issue with my account and the late payment. Straightforward. No lying, no misrepresentation, no misleading, nothing. Because again, the credit bureaus don't care. A computer reads this letter. A computer reads this letter. Okay? So why are you trying to put all these fancy things in the letter when the credit bureau, they're not even reading the letter? A computer reads it, right? Okay. So you want to put the creditor's name, the account in question, and the reason why you're disputing this. And you simply say, please fix, modify, or delete these late payments. You see, you have to tell the credit bureaus what to do. You cannot send a general blank dispute letter and not tell the credit bureaus what to do. If you don't tell them what to do, they're not going to do it. So you have to tell them the issue. You have to tell them why you feel that the account is inaccurate. And then you have to tell them exactly what to do. All right. Let's take a look at another letter. Now, this is a letter to the creditor. Now, when do you send this letter to the creditor? You can, I would say, send the first letter to the credit bureaus and let 30 days go by and to see if they work their magic and if they fix or delete the account. If that doesn't work, now you send this generic general letter to the creditor. Now, the creditors are very tough when it comes to late payments. Now, some people say, oh man, I can get a late payment off. Oh, the late payment is easy. Late payments are not easy. Late payments are very tough, especially if the account is open, and you are still paying on the account. You got to be careful here, because if you go after a late payment that it's only 30 days late and you're trying to correct that, the credit bureaus by mistake will delete the entire account, including all of your good positive payment history. So you have to be careful there. Now here, check this out. Dear creditor, I would like to investigate. Investigate is the key here. Okay, I would like to investigate, not dispute. Those are totally two different things. See, if you say dispute, you're telling the creditor to do something else. You don't want to dispute. You want them to investigate the account listed below as it is not reporting correctly on my credit report. You want to put the creditor, the creditor's name and the account number. I would like to see my payment history for this account. Can you please send it to me? See, non-threatening, very straightforward, no threats enough. All you're doing is asking the creditor that you would like to see your payment history so you can compare what they have on their records and what you have on your records. So in return, you can send another dispute based on what you have as proof. All right, let's continue. All right, Q&A. These are common questions that come in. What if the creditor fails to respond? Now that can happen. It can happen. So if they fail to respond, you just send a follow-up letter reiterating that you sent the first letter and they fail to respond to that first letter because you are asking for an investigation. The second, what if the creditor updates me with a verified letter? Well, if they update you with a verified letter and there's no change, then you have to rebuttal with proof demonstrating to the creditor that their reporting to the credit bureau is inaccurate. Okay? All right. Now, tell me, what are some factual dispute strategies that you have used to help the credit bureaus or the creditors remove inaccurate late payments off of your credit report? Go ahead and type below this video and tell me what kind of success, what have you used, and what kind of responses are the creditors or the credit bureaus giving you when you dispute. Next, I want you to go ahead and click on subscribe. I want you to subscribe so any new powerful video like this one, if it comes out, I want you to be notified automatically. So subscribe and turn on the notification button so you can get notified every single time a new video comes out. All right, now my next video in this dispute series, remember I'm showing you how to dispute a credit report. My next video in this dispute series is how to dispute an inaccurate collection account. Now this video is very powerful. There's a Q&A section in this video as well. I'm going to break down the myths on how to deal with collection accounts.